Juneteenth is a marker, I think, for folks to understand the significance of why we fought the Civil War and the freeing of slaves and the Emancipation Proclamation, which did not get out to everyone, but finally arrived 2 years later in Texas on June 19th. And I think it's an important milestone to celebrate, to draw people's attention to what that means, what freedom from slavery means. Growing up as a young boy of parents who grew up in Mississippi in the 30s and 40s, I came to appreciate and understand what my grandparents went through. My dad's mother being born in 1899, so not long after that milestone of Juneteenth. And she would tell us stories about what things were like in the early 1900s and what she had to do to ensure that her two boys had a quality education and could make themselves available for whatever opportunity came up. I think what was important for me, fortunately, that my grandmother had that concern and made opportunities available for her two sons, one of them being my father, who took advantage of an opportunity to attend an all-black college in Mississippi, in Jackson, Mississippi. My dad graduated from high school at the age of 16, graduated from college at 20. And so when he was applying to medical school as a 20-year-old in 1950, he was kind of holding his breath, hoping that that might come to pass. He did get accepted to medical school at Howard University. I even, at some point later in my life, had to go see it in person. I walked the hall where the pictures of graduating classes were hung, and there he was, Charles Washington, class of 1954, Jackson, Mississippi. And it was a very proud moment, but my dad wasn't completely there yet because medical school costs money. So he got loans and he got a grant from the state of Mississippi to help him with medical school. That grant was based on an obligation to come back to Mississippi and serve as the first Negro doctor at the state hospital in Jackson, Mississippi. And my grandmother cut out clippings of newspaper articles that touted that and celebrated this accomplishment. Now that significant population of African American patients at the hospital, now they had a doctor who could actually take care of them, because white doctors would not take care of those patients. But my father ended up in the Air Force Reserves, and doing so presented him with an opportunity to move us to California. The Air Force assigned him to the induction center in downtown Los Angeles as the chief medical officer. And those opportunities were not opportunities he was looking for because he wanted to be the first black man that did this. He wanted to be a man who achieved this. He wanted to be a doctor. And he happened to be the first black doctor at that state hospital. Similarly, my motivation when I got out of the Navy and got hired by Delta Airlines, when we moved to Riverside County in 1989, was just to be a good dad, to help out in my daughter's elementary school, volunteer. And that volunteering got noticed. People named me the Citizen of the Year and said I should run for city council. And of course, in those days, back in 1995, I didn't even know what a city council was, but I said yes anyway. And then later became the first black mayor in Murrieta in 1999. People made kind of a big deal. Murrieta, first elected black, first elected first black mayor. Okay, well, I took that as an opportunity to not only show young black kids, hey, you too can do what I'm doing, but also to say to the rest of society that had never seen anything like this, that this is where we've come from. When an opportunity came for me to apply for appointment to the Board of Supervisors, I wasn't really thinking about, actually I didn't know that there'd never been a black supervisor. I didn't look it up. We were still striving to be a more perfect union, underscore more perfect, and underscore union, together, united. I think Juneteenth, it's not just about blacks. It's not just about slavery. It's about the larger picture of where would we be without Juneteenth?